Welcome back to the Robinson Replay. It's your favorite father-son sports podcast. What's up, Dad?
What up? How we doing?
Doing
It's been
great.
a little bit. Been a little bit.
Yep. Couldn't do anything last week. Busy stuff, and we got the whole NBA Finals done with. Didn't think it was going to be quite that quick of a series there.
Yeah,
would today have been Game 7?
This game,
Yesterday maybe?
Saturday was they won. That was what 4-1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. 4-1. So that's 5 games they played. So they played Saturday. They probably would have played Tuesday, maybe Monday. I don't know. So
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how it was built in with, the last 3 games because they go from one city to the other city back to the other city. So I don't know if they added another day in between on those or just they went, every other. But yeah, it would have been today or tomorrow would have been probably the last day.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, but Knicks are just
Yeah. Well, let's get right into it. Got the world champion Knickerbockers here. A 53-year drought, 16-3 in the playoffs here. Historic run. One of the best playoff runs in history here. So what do you think from the series? 4-1 against the Spurs. I mean, definitely didn't think that.
No, I did not. I then again, the Spurs had their opportunities just like the Cavs had their opportunities when they were up big in games, and then they were up 29 the one game, and it's just disheartening to a team when a team comes back and beats them.
Yeah.
When they're up that many points, just like in the Cavs series. The Cavs were up that first game big time. I think it was like 22 or whatever it was, and they came back and won. And yeah, it's disheartening to teams. You're right there, and they basically just take your heart and rip it out, and they're done. It's sort of amazing how that all worked out. But yeah, I mean, heck, they only lost 3 games the entire playoffs, which is really amazing. They lost to they lost 1 game to the Spurs. They didn't lose any to the Cavs. Who else? Who else did they play? They played the Sixers. I think they lost 1 game there, maybe. And then they played Atlanta. I think they lost 1 game there. So yeah, I mean, obviously they built that team very well. They had some key, free agents come in, and just spur that team. And obviously Brunson taking that pay cut to be able to develop the team the way they wanted to have cap room or they don't have cap, but to have the money so they don't go over the luxury tax in certain areas and stuff like that they were able to really, just they are a team. Obviously Brunson was amazing at 45 was it the last game?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, he's obviously he's a alpha male. He's a stud. But AG Adenobi, is that how you pronounce it? OG, sorry,
Yep.
OG. He's a stud too.
Yeah.
I mean, he really came on at the last 2 series. I thought he was really, really good. So, and Bridges even had a couple of really nice games during the Spurs series, I thought, to really help push him along. He was a very good role player. Wasn't that great during the season, but I thought he really came on here at the end. And
yeah, Cat had a historic performance as well.
Yeah, I mean they all when the lights were bright, they were shining for sure.
Yeah.
And that's why you see the MVP there, right above that trophy. He was good. I mean, 16-3 in the playoffs is pretty amazing. I couldn't even tell you the last time a team probably did that.
Yeah,
probably been a long time.
I was actually just looking too, and so they lost one of the Spurs, obviously, but the other 2 losses were actually within
Atlanta?
the first 3 games. So yeah, where they were both Atlanta.
Right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Okay.
They won game 1, and then they lost 2 games straight to Atlanta, and then they didn't lose again until the Spurs. Yeah,
that's right. Because they won I don't know how many in a row there.
Yeah, like 11 or
11 in a row or something like
12,
that. Yeah, that's right.
Uh-huh.
That's right, because they did sweep the, Sixers and they did sweep the Cavs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they lost 2 to Atlanta, wow.
Yeah, who'd
I
have
guess
thought that?
that shows you Atlanta's not that they're not that far off maybe, who knows? I don't know,
Yeah, yeah, shouts out to Atlanta, I guess.
but then again, they just really started turning on. Like I said, though,
Uh-huh.
the big games were those huge comebacks. When you get big, it just demoralizes a team, and they demoralized them for sure,
Yeah, and
so
I think, this Brunson performance too it's really transformational for point guards his size especially, because I think I've grown up in a generation of, Steph Curry and, if you're a small guy, then you're the three-point shooter and you're gonna shoot from anywhere and everywhere. Whereas I think I saw a stat of, Brunson, I think he averaged about 15 points in the paint per game. I mean, he is not afraid to take
Nope.
that thing to the hoop, right to the hoop. I mean, especially that game, that then they came back from 29 points there, one of the
Yeah.
greatest probably the greatest half of basketball. I was it was
It was
so fun to watch.
it was the largest comeback in playoff history,
Yeah,
so,
yeah, largest
yeah.
yeah, it was so fun to watch, but he was just taking it to the rim. He's like when he couldn't get a shot from the
Mhm.
outside and he's doing exactly what he should do, is take it to the hoop, get fouled, get that tricky layup is he was
His step back is unbelievable.
oh yeah. Uh-huh.
He's got a hell of a step back, he's got a hell of a mid-range,
Mhm.
he could drive, like you said, he could shoot the 3,
Yeah.
he's got a little bit of everything in his toolbox,
Yeah.
and, that makes all the difference for, some of these guys don't have the all you gotta have all 3 in order to be that alpha dominated, player, and
Yeah.
he's got it for sure.
What do you think this means for Wemby and the Spurs in the future here?
Well, I think they're gonna be okay. I just thought sometimes they got erratic. Wimby, sometimes he seems like he almost panics to me. When I watch him, he seems like he panics. He always drives to his right when he wants to drive. He takes silly three-pointers at times. I just think he just needs to mature. They all need to mature. They're a very, very, very young team,
Yeah.
and they still have more draft picks coming in and stuff like that. So they're going to be right back in there. I think they'd like to get rid of Fox if they could. Fox has got a lot of money coming to him yet over the next couple years.
Mhm.
But I mean, this is going to be Dylan Harper's. He's going to be the point guard. I see more of Fox coming off the bench next year. Harper really picked up his game here in the playoffs. I think he is going to be the man at the point, and then Castle and the rest of them. I just think they need they could use a big like a stretch forward kind of thing to help out Wimby a little bit. But Cornette's nice for a little sub, but he doesn't do anything else,
Yeah.
obviously. But yeah, I think they're gonna be okay
Mhm.
overall.
Yeah. Yeah, I think people from what I've seen online, people being really critical of Wemby and the Spurs in general here of, they may not ever make it back and whatnot here, but I don't know. I think, Wemby's obviously that generational talent and he'll be back one way or another here, and the Spurs are such a young team that I think they could definitely make it back. It's interesting though to see the stat that the past 8 years there's been a new champion every single year for the past 8 years, like this stretch. So really tells you that there hasn't been that strong dynasty of that team that can stay consistent, can stay healthy, can keep
Oh yeah,
the players happy and paid, and
it's
have
hard. Yeah,
consistent years to come back and back. I mean, you know,
that's
Mhm. Like,
yeah, that's why I
earlier
said in the
obviously,
beginning.
earlier it was like it was the Warriors and the Cavs every single year pretty much, for how many years was that? And
Yeah,
then
I was back
for
and
the
forth.
past 8
Yeah.
years, yeah, it's been very fresh,
Well,
very new.
it's hard to first of all stay healthy, stay together, like you said, stay together, money wise, team wise. There's a lot that goes into it, and for Brunson to take that pay cut, I mean, he didn't get the max deal when he resigned, and he gave a lot of flexibility to the team, which they went out and got these guys and stuff. So it's gonna be interesting. But I was back to the Spurs. You were asking, like
Yeah.
their biggest guy they have besides Wemby is Champagne at 6'7", so they could really use some front court players. And I could see them definitely going for somebody a little bigger. They need somebody like, 6'9", 6'10", somebody that's going to help them out in the boards. Vassal, I do like Vassal, Champagne, I do like these guys, Castle, Harper, Johnson, and Bryant was a rookie this year. I think he's only 6'6". They definitely need to draft somebody that's a little bigger here in the draft coming up, or maybe try to get a free agent. I mean, they're young. They don't have that much money invested in all their players. I mean, Fox, I think, is their highest paid player.
Yeah,
So
probably.
so we'll see what they do. They,
Hmm.
they they just need one, maybe two good pieces, and they'll be right back in there. But then
Yeah.
again, obviously, you're gonna have to keep on dealing with OKC. They ain't going anywhere either.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere either. And
They're
the
young and they're
Nuggets and
yeah.
a couple other teams there on the West. Who knows what Lakers or will do there or whatnot. But do you think the Knicks can make it back? They have a clear.
Yeah, I think they could definitely run it back. I don't know of any guys that are when you look at that team, I mean, you look at the top five up top, and the rest of them are just all role players. There's no other real studs out there. What's his
Yeah.
name? Shempert really turned it on for him there and hit some key threes.
You had
But it
Jose Alvarado and
did all
Josh
right.
Hart. I think they're those
What?
two being really
Yeah,
utilized here
yeah.
in
But
this.
Josh Hart's a starter. The top five guys are their starters.
Yeah.
The rest of the guys are just role players, but they came together as a team. I mean, look at Robinson. I mean, guy can't make a free throw, but they utilize him and they got it done with him.
Yeah.
So I mean, that just goes to show you. I mean, he's their sixth man, and then after that, you got Alvarado, you got Clarkson, Shempert, you got
Hmm.
McBride, and you didn't even see any of the top uh the bottom two rows. You didn't even see any of those eight guys even play. So yeah, I mean, yeah. So
Yeah. We'll see if they can run it back here and
it's
get
hard to
a
run
get
it
it back
back
to
though.
back. Yeah, it is.
But
It's
then
tough.
again, everything's gonna see what happens with Giannis here. I've heard the Heat. I've heard Boston now, but then I heard Boston's out. So I think that once that domino starts to fall, things
Hmm.
will start to. I know he says he wants to stay in the East because he knows he's got a lot clearer path in the East to get there.
Mm.
But you get the defending champs though, so that ain't gonna be that easy.
Yeah.
So.
No, no, it's not.
And at the beginning of the year, nobody gave anybody in the East a chance to even think about sniffing a win here.
Yeah.
And look who come out of the East. Boom.
Hmm.
Yep. So
Yep. Well, it's great to see. New York went crazy, obviously, and so many diehard Knicks fans out there. That's one of those franchises with a super long stretch of no championships, and so can definitely appreciate that as Cleveland fans.
yeah, I understand that, but I still didn't want them to win. Mm, I mean, I didn't. I mean, I'd rather much have the Spurs coming in there and show their dominance, but especially since they lost to the the Cavs lost to them, I should say. So, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, it makes the Cavs look a little better that they got beat by the championship team, right?
Right. Yeah, they get pulverized. Yeah.
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 All
Oh
right.
well.
Well, off season starts now, and so we'll see how the off season plays out. I'm sure there'll be some different moves. When's
Oh yeah.
the
I think the
not
draft is
not
next
trade, but
week.
the
The
draft?
draft. I think the draft is next week.
Draft is next week? No way.
I'm pretty
Really?
sure. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Let's see here. I think it's next
Quick
Thursday.
turnaround. June
Next Thursday.
23rd. Yeah.
23rd. Okay, Tuesday. Next Tuesday. Okay, I thought it was the 25th. It's 23rd. Okay.
Wow.
Yep. So week from today. Week from today is the draft. We'll have to
Oh wow.
maybe
Might
talk
have to
about that a
go
little
live.
bit. Yeah, have to see how that goes.
Yeah.
I know that AJ, how you say his name, Luke, from guy from BYU, the beat.
Yeah, AJ DeBonsta.
Yeah, I think he's pretty much gonna be
He's a
locked in at
lock.
one.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I know that they're sort of
And
torn
then
on who to pick
Boozer
on
too.
second. No, they're
Boozer or
talking
Peterson?
Peterson. Yeah, one of those two. I
Yeah.
think will be the next So they're a little torn on who to pick at 2. So that's the information I've been getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this mock draft I just pulled up has Boozer 2 going to the Jazz. Yeah, we got the
Really?
Wizards, and then the Jazz,
Hmm.
and then we got the Grizzlies, Bulls, Clippers. I saw the Bulls just hired a new
Splitter.
head coach.
Yes. Splitter, the guy that was the interim coach for the Blazers, ended up going to the Bulls because the Bulls coach stepped down. So yeah, I mean that franchise sort of reminds me of it's not quite as bad as the Guardians, but they just can't get their stuff together. I mean, I don't know what it is. They have a decent team sometimes, and they just I don't know, it's sort of pissed on their leg. So I don't know. It's the Bulls. They're just not what they used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll stay up to date there on the draft and different trades and stuff going on in the off season, but got some time now. So we'll
Yes.
see who's on top next year. We did have another champion crowned,
Yeah.
and it was not Las Vegas. It was the Carolina Hurricanes here,
Yeah.
able to win
You
it all.
You wanted the Hurricanes too. I think you picked them.
Yep, I picked the Hurricanes and I picked the
Yeah,
Knicks. So
yeah. Oh,
2
I
for
picked the
2
Knicks
there.
too. I said
Yeah,
the
you
Knicks.
picked the Knicks.
I
You picked
I
the
picked
Knicks.
Knicks were gonna win.
Huh.
I wanted the Spurs, but I thought the Knicks would win.
Yeah.
And in this one, I wanted Vegas, but yeah, Hurricanes. Yeah, I would tell you what. Once again, they were up. Were they up 2-0? I can't remember how the games went, but
Yeah.
they
Let's
were
see.
right there too, and then they sort of gave a couple games away also. They were up, and then Carolina came back on them, and, yeah, I think did Carolina win 4 in a row?
They won 3 in a row. So
3
they
in a row.
lost game 1, then they won game 2, lost game 3, and then
Okay,
won 3 straight. Yep.
okay, yeah. Vegas just sort of lost their mojo. I don't know what it was. They looked really good, and then all of a sudden, they just went flat. They just couldn't muster anything up, and when they did score a couple goals, they would just immediately give them right back up again. And their coach is now gone. They released the coach already for Vegas. They said bye bye.
Yeah.
So yeah, the
This is the
Hurricanes.
most watched, NHL playoffs on record.
Really,
Yeah.
that's awesome. I love that. I mean, think about these are not big market cities, really. I mean, Vegas is not a big market city. Well, I mean, they're decent middle of the road probably.
Vegas?
Carolina.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Carolina, no. Mhm.
Carolina's a small one too, I mean, if you think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah,
So,
and they're leading for next year too. They're the favorite for next year at plus 700 for the Stanley Cup.
Carolina?
Yep, Carolina, and then after that you got the Colorado Avalanche at plus 800, and then the Golden Knights at plus 850. That's the top 3 there
Yeah. I
for
don't
next
know who they're
year's
I don't even know
odds.
who they're interested in for, coach. I couldn't even tell you. I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah. Well, do you see the coach of Carolina with it? You see him with his shirt off in the locker room?
No, I did not.
No? Oh my,
No.
he's ripped. Oh boy. He is jacked. Like he was I said before too, he played for Carolina
Okay.
back in the day. The
Mhm.
last time they were in the Stanley
Oh,
Cup
that's right.
was with Carolina when he was playing there. And so yeah, I saw some scenes of him there.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah,
That's
it was
awesome.
crazy.
Guardians lost 2-1 to the Brewers. Bummer. Oh, well.
Well, anything else on NHL here?
Yeah, I watched bits and pieces of it. I know, like you said, it was the highest ranking of all time, but I just watched bits and pieces. So I enjoy watching it. And they went to overtime in many of the games. I don't know how many games did it say there, Luke? How many games that went into overtime?
How many games that went into overtime? Let's see. It does not say. Does not tell
No.
me real quick, readily.
Oh,
They looked all close there. Besides, the last game was
yeah.
3-0. Yeah,
Yeah, all the games were close, overtime kinda games, they were good, but like I said, I just think Vegas ran out of gas.
look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this
Jesus,
stud.
my god.
I told
He's
you, I'm like,
he's
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 ready to play out there.
oh my god, look at those his body looks deformed. What the heck? I mean, that doesn't look right, does it?
He's
That's
got abs on abs on abs.
that's a mess, dude. I mean, he looks he's like almost like he's got tumors or something. Holy smokes. Look how the guys in the background just laughing their
Oh, they're
asses
loving
off
it,
too.
yeah.
Man, he's ripped, but you know who he sort of reminds me of? He reminds me of, the Green Goblin's, like, body kinda thing that is sort of awkward. I
Yeah,
don't
well,
know.
maybe it's just a weird, he's holding up
I
a
know that, but,
thing there, so it's kind of a weird picture,
like,
but
all the divots, it looks like he has a bunch of golf balls all over him and divot ball. I don't know, that's crazy. That's awesome, though.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, well, good for him, and,
Yeah.
congrats to Carolina there.
Mhm. That's
Mhm.
great.
Yeah, another, champion there with a pretty long stretch without anything there, so
Yeah.
yeah, alright. Next here we have, the FIFA World Cup is in full swing.
Yes.
Loving every second of it. What a great time. Great time to watch some soccer. Supporting nations here, obviously in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. It's always it's been really fun seeing all the people from other countries here in America. I've seen so many funny stuff. Have you seen some stuff out there?
I've watched a lot of stuff. I mean, you know how some of these fans, like I think it was Scotland fans, or they got a
In
great
Boston?
deal. Yeah, they just were crazy and
You see him at the Red
exciting.
Sox game?
Yes, they're cheering, chanting, and people were
The
going crazy about it. And then also, like, I think it was Providence, Rhode Island gave them some kinda deal, like, for places and people for places for them to stay at, and they gave it at a reasonable price. So they all ended up, like, starting, like, a charity kinda thing, like a
Mhm.
GoFundMe kinda thing.
Yeah.
And now they are donating all this money to the city of Providence, you know, whatever they use the money for charity stuff and everything. So yeah, it's sort of cool. You
Mm.
know, I told you that one guy I think it was it from Argentina, the two guys that rode their bikes.
Yeah.
I told you that one.
Yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, there's all kinds of crazy, interesting little excerpts from all these, you know, and now, the funny one, I just heard this today. So after Iran won, they were supposedly going to stay in the hotel that night in California after they won. Or actually, did they win? No, they lost. They lost. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
they
I think they
lost. Or no,
lost.
they tied.
No, yeah, yeah, they did tie. Yeah,
They
everybody
tied.
tied that day.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
yesterday,
that's right.
Monday, there was
Yeah.
4 games.
So,
Everybody
yeah.
tied. They tied against New Zealand.
Yeah, so they tied, right? So I don't know. They don't know who said this, but somebody from up above said, okay, you're not staying in California tonight. We're shipping you to Tijuana, Mexico, and you're going to sleep there tonight. So they had to get out of the country. So sort of funny. But I mean, I don't know what they were expecting the soccer team to do with it, but whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's been some great matches. Lots of corner kicks. I'm telling you what, corner kicks galore in these games. One game yesterday had 16 corners. I forget which game that was. I think it was the Spain game. I don't know. Maybe it was the Uruguay. One of those games yesterday had like 16 corners. I was like, oh
Mm,
my gosh, it's just corner
mhm.
after corner after. These guys would just kick it behind the line. I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, because some of these teams have some amazing set pieces that you're like, wow. I mean, these guys are good at their set pieces. Obviously, they're in the World Cup, but you're like, dang. So yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I watch at least bits and pieces of every game, and I like it. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's exciting, the camaraderie, and there's a decent fan base of every team and every place they have a game. So
Yeah. Yeah, obviously, the USA, got a
yes,
huge win,
they played amazing
4 to
that first
1.
half.
And Paraguay is not a bad team either.
Right.
People were obviously talking after of, oh, wait till they play, so and so or so and so, but
Yeah.
they're not a terrible team there, and so it's a good matchup for them, and they really dominated that. So I think everybody's saying this is the best team that they've had, and they have a real good shot. I think they should win out hopefully against Australia and Turkey here and be at the top of the group to have the most favorable matchup when they go into the the next round here.
Yeah, I agree. And they should. They really should. I mean, Australia's not bad, but they should beat Australia and they should beat Turkey. They should.
Hmm.
And I tell you what, and what you know what's also great about look at the
Australia beat Turkey 2-0 on
yeah.
Sunday. Yep.
So I tell you what I really love too about some of these teams, like for instance, like Cape Verde.
Yeah.
I didn't even know where. Well, I thought it was in Africa. It's off the coast of Africa. It's a bunch of little islands,
Hmm.
and they're a 500,000 people is all they have. A 500,000 people. And you're like, "Wow, that's amazing." And they ended up with a tie yesterday. Think of a country of a 500,000
Insane.
people,
Yeah.
a company of a country with a 500,000 people, and they're able to put a tie on supposedly the favorite in the whole tournament.
Yeah.
And so it's like, dang, it's amazing. So you look up all these little countries and you find out a little bit about them. And so I've been trying to do that a little bit when I look these teams up. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Spain with the tie there. But the other big dogs there, you got Germany. Germany won 7-1,
Yeah.
killed Carousel there.
Yeah.
Just a nobody. But then also, let's see who else. I know France won today. France
Yep.
won today, I believe. And
Mep-
then Argentina's winning 1-0 right now. Mbappe
yes.
had 2 goals.
Mbappe had two, and
Norway 4-1 against Iraq.
Messi had a goal today.
Mhm.
He's scored in 5 World Cups now. 5. That's amazing.
Wow.
Obviously, that's a record. Yeah.
20
So
years? Wait. Yeah. Wait.
five times it's every 4 years. So 5 times 4 is 20.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
insane.
it is crazy. He's 39.
Yeah. Oh,
39 and
another
still
one
playing.
I forgot here. Brazil tied Morocco,
Yes.
which obviously Brazil, one of the top favorites here. So,
Right. Yeah, I tell you what, looking at this now, I know Caraco is not the best, but Germany did look really, really good yesterday or
yeah.
the other day. I would have to say right now that they would be the favorites overall. If I mean, just looking at the game so far, France would be right there with them. And then tomorrow we got 4 more games tomorrow, so we'll see what happens with that. I mean, we got still got some Portugal, England, 2 of the favorites there, playing tomorrow.
England hasn't played yet, right?
Nope, they play tomorrow.
No. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, we got Uzbekistan playing Colombia. Uzbekistan's first tournament here. I know everybody from Central Asia is very excited for them. When I was in Kazakhstan, they were excited for Uzbekistan there.
Uh,
Yep.
Excited for the little brother, huh? That's nice.
Yeah, it's a big deal. They're
Oh, I'm sure.
kind of partner neighboring countries there.
I mean,
So
because if
it's
you think when you look at this, obviously there's only a handful of teams that are almost guaranteed every 4 years they're in. Well, some of these other teams, never get in, like Jordan and,
yeah.
other teams like Cape Verde and Qatar and, some of these teams never get in. So
Mhm.
it's sort of exciting.
Yeah, yeah. We'll keep updated here on the FIFA World Cup. Next game for the USA is this Friday against Australia in Seattle, Washington. So that'll be electric. The 12th man will be out in full effect there. Be loud and rowdy.
I hope so.
Yep.
I hope so. They need it.
Next here, okay, we got some updates here with this Sorsby situation.
Yes.
Last time we
Your
talked about this,
boy.
not,
Your, yeah. He's your boy from Cincy.
so I believe last time we talked about this, it was at the stage that it was
He
basically just coming
won.
out, it was breaking that he was betting and that he was probably going to get banned for the season.
Mhm.
And then since then, he got accepted, or he went on trial for it essentially, and the local trial, I believe, basically said that he can play, and that
Mhm.
they will revisit the trial afterwards of any additional punishment or whatever, but that they would have to let him play, right?
Right.
Now it just comes out that he's going to enter the NFL supplemental draft at the same time that that Texas Tech and some other organization. The NCAA is trying to punish him with everything they have, but they're just kind of failing to. And at the same time, where there's coaches that are potentially trying to boycott playing them, this is ridiculous and whatnot. So, what do you think happened? Do you think his arm was completely twisted here, and this was his only option?
I think he was he ran out of options. I know that the state of Texas and the Big 12 were against him. And once your own conference and was against him and they were going to go after him, he's just like, I'm just going to drop out. I think it was just too much for the university, too much for the Big 12. It was putting a bad mark on him. And I'm just interested to see if now will the NFL, let him, if he does get drafted in the supplemental draft, are they going to suspend him? Because guys in the past, like for instance, Calvin Ridley, he was suspended for a year. Terrell Pryor was suspended for 6 months or 6 weeks. So, it's interesting to see, usually the penalty is, 6 weeks, sometimes it's a year. But if you bet on your own team and you have influence on the game, it influences the game, then you're out for life. Obviously, when he got these implications at first, he was betting against his own team on his own team, but he was not actually playing when he was at Indiana, supposedly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of what ifs and who's going to want to risk getting this guy on your team. I mean,
God, I hope not the Browns.
I know,
What
I
in the
know.
world? Why am I even hearing this in the Browns
Well,
media?
I've heard it, and a lot of people are saying no to it. And the thing is, look at the Cleveland area just got done with this scandal with the whole Class A thing, betting, and now he's banned for life from baseball. So, the Cleveland doesn't need another. They got enough problems already. We've had
Yeah,
so many
please,
problems over the year,
please
and
bury.
with players like we've always seem to give these players another shot. And look at what Josh Gordon was a perfect example. We picked him in the supplemental draft.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Had drug problems all the time. I mean, he was suspended more than he played.
He was a stud
And
though.
he was a stud, but
He
he
was
didn't
fun to
play. He
watch.
didn't play.
Yeah,
I mean, he only played very sparingly. So, but Sorsby, he needs a lot of work yet. He does have a big arm. He would be great with the RPO. He's a little gets pressure, a little inaccurate. But he's gonna have to be a guy that, like you said, is he gonna sit out 6 weeks? 6 months, a year, I don't know.
yeah.
What I
And
don't.
what round do you give for a Sorsby?
Well, I've heard anywhere up from a 1 to a 4.
A one, really?
Yes, I would not do that.
I don't think any
If
team's giving a
if I
one.
was the Browns, I would maybe do a 4 or 5.
But why? We have 4 quarterbacks.
Well, obviously you're getting rid of Gabriel. Gabriel is gone. Gabriel is gone.
Yeah, but
There's
you get rid of Gabriel and you get Sorsby, you're still at 4 quarterbacks. You get
I
rid
know.
of what's his face?
Listen, I personally would not put any bid in for him. Me personally. We have enough drama
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
We got a new coach. We got freaking Mr. Sexy Watson. We got Mr. Massage Boy. We got Sanders, who still is trying to prove himself and he's not there yet.
Yeah, we don't need any part of
I
this.
just don't think we need any more drama.
No.
Problem is, the thing is, what if he hits? What if he hits? But we just can't afford to even take chances like that anymore because.
No.
But next year, I'm
What
telling you,
team do you think will get him? Something like the Jets, maybe? I was thinking the Jets.
I was thinking the Jets, maybe Arizona. Those would be my 2. Or heck, I could even see like a Cowboys putting in a 5th round for him.
Yeah.
And, that's the thing. You get these guys that have decent teams, and obviously you wouldn't play for a year or two. And, okay, he gets suspended 6 games a year, whatever. Who cares? He's not going to play anyways in some of these teams.
Yeah.
So,
I think
but
I think it's a third round.
The big thing is I know the Browns, for instance, would love, love, love to have one of these guys be their quarterback that's currently on the team and
You think
just
so?
move on. Definitely. They would love to because then they don't have to use a high pick on a quarterback for next year. They would next year's draft has a lot of stud players. Defensive line, they got some receivers, they got Jeremiah Smith. There's all these guys that they would love to use they got those 2 first rounders next year. They would love to use those for that, but obviously if the quarterback doesn't work out this year, and I even heard that Barry said that, they would be open to signing Watson to an extension possibly if it all
Yeah.
worked out. When does this end?
Well, he kinda just has to say that, it's like, anything can happen because we could be in a position, he could go crazy, and yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know.
What do you
I
do?
I really still feel that the starting Browns quarterback for the 2029 opening of the new stadium is still not on the team. I hate to say it.
Definitely not, no, yeah. Well, and that's why I'm surprised you said that you think the Browns hope that it's somebody on the squad. I think the opposite, actually. I think that they don't see any of the quarterbacks on the roster as a viable, even though I do. I think they are more viable, like Sanders himself there, or even Watson for the season or 2, maybe. I think that it's the Haslam show and that they want to draft Manning no matter what, and
Yeah.
they wanna see every other quarterback fail so
Yeah.
they could get their guy and, sell their
I heard
jerseys and
I
yeah,
heard Manning may not even want to play for the Browns. He may pull what his uncle did,
so
Eli, when he was gonna go to the Chargers, and he said, "No, I'm not gonna
yeah.
play there," and he ended up going to freaking the Giants. Then I don't know, dude. It's a you know what show. Who
Mhm,
knows what's gonna happen? All I know is basically there are 3 tiers to this supplemental draft.
mhm.
Anybody that had 6 wins or less is in tier 1. Anybody with 6 wins or more or 7 wins or more is in tier 2 that did not make the playoffs. Everybody that made the playoffs is in tier 3. So, and then not only that, so let's say the 2 teams in tier 1 both put a second round pick down. It doesn't necessarily go by your thing. It's randomized. It's randomized. So if 2 teams both were 4 and 13 last year and they both put in for it, it's I can't even say ramatized. Jesus.
Randomized.
Randomized. So yeah. Anyways, but we'll see what happens. It should
Yeah,
be interesting. I don't
yeah.
know.
When is the supplemental draft anyway? Do we know?
I don't know if I don't think they've set a date quite yet. Maybe they did. I thought I saw something about that today.
The NFL
Uh,
supplemental draft, it does not have an official date
I don't think
finalized yet. It
so.
is expected to take place late July.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is,
June 22nd is the deadline for players to submit paperwork to apply for eligibility. So, yeah, late
well,
July.
I'm sure that the NFL wants big things to happen with it. They want to keep their 12-month a year gig going, and have more excitement going into this. And
Mhm.
I don't know. It's crazy. Obviously, the guy knew what he was getting into. It's sort of gambling is sort of like drugs or whatever kind of thing. It's it's an addiction, and when you're betting on your own team and you're doing wrong and you're supplementing by going on he was going on his I think brother-in-law's phone or friends' phones to make bets so that he wouldn't be on him kind of thing. That means that you're doing wrong and you shouldn't probably be doing it. So, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
All right. And then here we got
Yeah.
the MLB. Haven't talked baseball here in a minute. I
Yeah.
was just seeing we're we're eyeing we got the All-Star game next month here, about a
Yeah.
month from today. I think it's yeah the
Yeah.
middle of July
Mhm.
there. So about to
Yeah.
hit that All-Star break. Obviously, baseball gets the bulk of the focus now with no basketball, no hockey. FIFA World Cup's going on here, but that ends right around the All-Star game there in
Yeah, it does.
middle of July there. So we'll be left with only baseball after FIFA World Cup ends here, and we got some teams breaking away here a little bit.
Well, I think the main teams are right now, to be honest. I mean, the Braves have been playing well too. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they're the best, tied for the. Well, actually, they're the best team in baseball right now.
Yeah,
But those three NL teams are whew, amazing. I really like the Brewers. Brewers really been playing well. They beat, like I said, the Guardians tonight. Guardians are going to be out of the top 15 here real quick. With Ramirez out now, 5 to 7 weeks.
five to
Also,
7 weeks with what?
he broke a hamate bone in his hand right here,
Ooh,
clenching the bat, swinging, ended up busting the bone there. They
mm,
also they also lost Martinez, the outfielder. They lost him for 4 to 6 weeks with I think it was a broken bone also or something like that. So
mm.
he's out. So they get the medvac unit in and they're in trouble right now. And the White Sox are on fire. So they are actually leading the division now. I tell you what, it could be if the Guardians don't keep it together here by the All-Star break, they maybe ended up on the trade market and getting rid of players rather than trying to sign a player or two to try to make a run, but we'll see if the White Sox could cool down a little bit. But the
Yeah,
Yankees have been consistent and they overtook the Rays. The Rays were up in this division for a long period of time now, and the Yankees just overtook them about 3 or 4 days ago. So the Yankees have been playing a lot better. Tampa Bay, I just don't think they have enough. They're going to have to make some moves. And Philly actually has been coming on strong. I know it says they're down a mark from, I guess these are probably weekly, right? Weekly
yeah.
rankings.
This was updated yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So Philadelphia actually has been playing better. I mean, if you look at this too, I mean, look at all these National League teams. Whew.
yeah.
I guess
I was
it's
just
5-5, but it's
mhm.
yeah,
I was just looking at here the Mets, the bottom of the NL East there, and then
yeah,
also you got the Tigers near in the bottom of the AL Central there. I don't think
yeah.
anybody would have thought quite that.
Well, the Tigers are just starting to get some players back from injury. They just got back Torres. They got back the lefty. They got back Scooble. So they're coming off all these injuries. Carpenter. I don't know if they in the tank to really put a good streak together to get back up to the top there. But I've heard that they're thinking about being sellers rather than buyers at the trade deadline. So we'll see. And
Why is that?
Scooble, because Scooble more than likely will not be back on the Tigers next year. He's a free agent, and I think they want to try to get something for him before he
Really?
goes on the market.
I thought they were gonna work out like the biggest
No,
deal ever.
no, I don't think
No?
so. I don't think so.
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
Wow. That's
Yeah, so
surprising.
I just don't see them signing him. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting trade deadline for sure to see who really beefs up. Thing is, like the Dodgers and Brewers and Braves, those three teams are just whew, to me. It's going to be a dogfight in that NL.
Yeah.
And I think the AL is playing for second best. I mean, because one of those three teams I think is going to win it for sure.
Hmm. Thinking about like Scooble, if you were say trying to sign a new deal or any of the players, next year is the year of the potential holdout there where they have to have the
Right.
meetings and
Lockout.
potentially have a salary cap and like
Yeah.
salary floor now. And so how do you even sign a player if you're gonna enact a salary cap on some of these teams, for
Yeah,
example,
I
right?
don't
Like
know. I
the
don't know what they're gonna do, and they don't. I don't think they do either. They don't know how to do it yet. Because I mean, obviously, there's some teams that are way, way, way over, like the
yeah,
Dodgers and them, way
Dodgers and
over
the Mets
budget.
and
Yeah, I mean, so what are you gonna do? You're gonna tell people they have to cut guys, or
yeah,
what do you do for that? So, it should be very interesting how maybe it's grandfathered in. I would see something more like a grandfather clause saying, "Hey, you're at this now. You cannot go any higher." and you have to be
As the league
down.
progress over the next
Yeah, and then you have
year
to be
or something.
down to this number by 2028, 29, whatever. So
Yeah.
I could see it more like that kind of thing rather than just say, well, you got to cut 5 guys to be under this cap. I mean, that's I don't know if it's going to be that extreme, but well, it's
Hmm.
obviously that's why I could see a lockout and them. I mean, but the thing is, you lock out and you destroys your fan base. Baseball has really been starting to come on again. All these sports have been coming on. I mean, they had record, like you said, record numbers with the Stanley Cup,
Yeah.
with
It was the most watched finals game. Game 5 was the most watched finals game since like
talking
I
about
think it was
NBA.
98. Yeah,
Come on,
NBA
yeah.
finals.
I mean, look
Yeah.
at sports have really. I mean, they for a little while there was a little downtick in a lot of these sports,
Yeah.
and
Competing with so many other movies and TV shows and all the streaming and everything,
yeah, but
but now
it's
they're
come back
becoming
quite a
part of
bit.
it.
It's
Yeah.
coming back quite a bit, and the way they're marketing, they're on all these different networks. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, no, it's a great time to be talking sports.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right.
You got anything else with the baseball here?
You see that?
That's all we
Yeah,
got.
your Reds are. Whew,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
they're in the
I mean,
toilet bowl there.
they're in the NL, so it's I mean, they're compared to everybody else in the AL, they're
Yeah.
right in the
Well,
middle of it. But yeah, they've
they're
not
yeah
been doing good, huh?
they're done. 34 and 37. I mean, and
Yeah, I think they beat the Mets yesterday, but they're playing the
and they
Mets
were winning
today.
today. They were winning
They're
again,
winning
by the
today.
way. They were, yes.
Let's see if they won here. I'm curious now. Yeah, I saw them. They were up pretty big yesterday, but
They won 5-3.
they won 5-3. Okay, there we go. Yeah,
Yeah,
won
yeah,
5-3.
yeah,
Holy crap! Yesterday they won 12-0.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
they put their foot on the gas and didn't let up.
Yep. So they got another W. So that's
Jeez,
2
the
against
Mets
the Mets.
suck.
But the Mets suck too. Look at they're 32 and 40. So it's bad teams beating bad teams.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. That'll
All
do it.
right. All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in here this week at the Robinson Replay. Hopefully you had a good time.
Yep.
And see you again soon.
We'll be back soon.
Mhm.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Peace everybody.